nerdherders.com.
What's up, guys? Another episode of the Nerd Herders for you. This time, we've been talking about it for, I feel like, weeks now.
It feels like weeks.
We got a special
like
guest. So we're just going to bring him on. He's just going to hang out with us the entire episode. So, obviously, I'm Mark.
I'm Travis.
We're the Nerd Herders. What's up, guys? We are here with Retro Rob.
What's
up, man?
How's it going?
Great to have
Good
you.
to see you guys.
Good to see you as well.
Good to
So,
be here.
what you been up to, man?
Dude, there it was, the first one.
There it is.
I said I was going to...
So we got one dude down.
Quiet down, Mom. I said I was going to try not to say dude the entire time. And
You
it's
should have the audience applaud every time you say dude.
Every time. All right. No slapping, though. No slapping.
No.
So let's start with, what? Who are you? Why are you here? Why do I care?
I almost unbuttoned my shirt.
That's
It's live
why.
TV. It's live TV.
That's why.
Okay, so my name is Rob, and if you don't know what I do, or what I did do, I used to do some YouTube videos with a buddy of mine named Josh. We used to go to flea markets and yard sales, stuff like that. We'd always look for retro games, things that we loved as kids.
As kids.
As kids.
Why were you guys... Okay, so I collect retro games, and I do it because I love the Angry Video Game Nerd. And I know you guys have talked about the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yeah.
Is that what brought it back?
Okay. Do you want the quick version of the story, how this all happened?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, awesome. He doesn't even care.
You can give us the medium version.
All right, so basically, I was working at a job that I should have been working, but instead I was spending my time on YouTube.
Okay.
It was a software company. I won't mention the name. But
You're still trying to get their recommendation for new jobs.
not really. I'm not really worried about it. But anyway, I was spending my time on YouTube. I saw some of the episodes of Angry Video Game Nerd, and I enjoyed it. It was awesome. But really, what started it was through AVGN. I found ScrewAttack.com.
Of course.
Love you guys. And on there, I actually saw a video by Pat, the NES punk.
Yes, sir.
And he did his flea market video.
Yeah.
Where he would go to the flea market, and it was kind of just him with a camera, and he would do commentary, and I thought, that's a great idea.
You're like, I feel like I could do this.
What if we just upped the bar?
Yeah.
Up the bar on Pat.
Yeah.
What if we do that? And so me and my buddy Josh, we were going to go to a flea market one day, and I said, just bring your flip cam. Let's just shoot us looking for old games. We'll post it on Screwtack, see how it does.
See
that was the beginning. That was it.
How did it do?
First episode, surprisingly, it got a few views. I don't know, my voice was like that. Got a few views. It got a few views, and then a couple of people subscribed to it, and it was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Okay.
I was like, dude, Josh. I said, dude, again, dang it. Thank you. I was like, yo, Josh. I was like,
bro.
Like 10 people subscribed to it. Like, that's crazy. And when you're putting something out there, and people are
watching
positively,
it,
you're like, that's awesome, And so
that's what you do it for.
We just consistently just kept chugging at it, and
What I loved about your guys' show is we just binge watched pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
Which is nuts because it's like hours worth of content.
It is. It was enjoyable though. We were never bored. We weren't forcing ourselves to do it. He had never seen them.
I remember Black Friday when he ran into you.
Yeah.
We were both working up front. He runs out the door. I'm like,
I just ditched him. Me and him were working together, and I was like, Travis, I'll be right back. And
At
I
Target.
went and talked to you.
At Target. And am I allowed to tell you where you work? Is this bad? Should I not?
No, I don't work there anymore. So it's cool.
Okay, cool. At Target in Hanford, California, at like 12:30 at night. That was so weird.
Yeah. And I was like, no. And I was like, Travis, I'll be right back. And you were like, do you watch YouTube videos? And I was like, I know who you are already. You're Retro Rob.
That's awesome.
But what was great about them is they consistently got better every single episode. Not that any of them were worse than the others. It's you it's you guys that makes it funny. But it was always different. Yeah, it was never just the same thing over and over.
Something to say about it, so it kept it fresh.
Who edits them?
That would be me.
the editing got better every time.
Yeah. A lot of it had to do with like getting better equipment, better cameras, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just we would consistently just push to try and make it look better and stuff like that. So.
Well, that hits to home for me because I'm the editor for our videos, and now
and look at that intro.
Yep.
That intro that you put together. Are you
kidding me? I put that together in like a half an hour.
We're peaking. No, I'm just kidding. And hey, a shout out to Pontus. For the music. Excellent chiptune.
It is.
Artist.
It is.
At Spelling Failure on Twitter. Follow him. Amazing.
Spelling Failure. Yeah. What you got for him? What you got for him, Travis? I'm bored with him.
I got a few things written down here that I was curious to ask you because growing up, my very first console was the PlayStation 1.
Ooh.
So I didn't get to experience all this, and like you're pulling out all these games that you just knew, and I'm just like, man. I mean, I'm so happy to see someone loves these games, but I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
He really doesn't. He's a retro, and we'll see later in the show, we're going to watch him play Sonic for a little bit.
Wait, I'm going to play Sonic?
No.
I was going to say, what? I don't know.
Whoa. You'll be good at it. We don't want to see somebody being good. We want to watch Travis being terrible.
Start on a Genesis.
So my first question for you is, how did you get into the retro gaming?
My earliest retro gaming memory, and I don't know if I ever shared this on the show, because it's slightly embarrassing.
We'll find out.
But
it's fresh.
I'm going to share it with you right now. My earliest retro gaming memory. Okay, I had an NES, and I had Super Mario Brothers.
Okay.
The
original.
First one. Original, yeah, Super Mario Bros. But I also had Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was awesome. And me and my stepbrother would play it together, and he was a little bit older than I was. And we would get like really far, and then he would always start messing around, which always drove me nuts because it's like, you're getting so far, you're going to win, and then he would get us killed. So then one night, this is the memory I have. One night, we're playing the game. I'm like, I almost said, dude. I just did. There you go. Good job, everybody. I said, bro, I have to. It's not any better. It's not any better. Really? I said, bro. No, I said, stepbrother. I have to pee so bad. Can we just pause it? And he's like, yeah, totally, man, totally. I hear him pause it. And it's one of those games that goes silent when you pause it.
Okay.
So then as soon as I step out of the room, I hear it unpause. So of course I go, do what? What are you doing? And I come run back in, and he's like, I'm just kidding. He pauses it. I walk out. He does it again. I'm like, oh. So eventually I peed my pants.
Oh.
For Gauntlet.
For Gauntlet.
For Gauntlet. Thank you. We don't speak anymore.
Yeah, that makes me sad. Me and my little brother used to play Gauntlet on the PS2.
Oh.
So that was our first exposure to it.
He doesn't even know what a PS2 is.
It's Gauntlet, man. So, but that's how I got into it. Just as a kid, just awesome memories. You know, peeing your pants.
Yeah,
just that's gaming for video games.
That's hardcore gaming right there. Don't give me no COD. If you're willing to pee your pants, that's
a gamer. That's
thank you.
Everybody always, what is a gamer? We're done.
That's it, right there.
You'll pee on yourself.
Answered it. I don't have I didn't play a lot of like retro games when I was young, actually, because I mean I'm only a little bit younger than you, but I just didn't have a lot of games when we were younger.
Well, that was what was so cool about doing the show, is that, I don't know about you, but for me when I was growing up, like my parents didn't have a ton of money, and so like I was lucky to get a console, and it was usually like a generation behind.
Yeah.
That's what's so rad about when we were doing the show, is that we were able to just go out and for me, it was never about collecting the rarest or the best stuff. Or, you know, I got a lot of flack for things that I would skip or decide not to buy. It was never about that. It was about finding things that were awesome, that I either remembered and loved as a kid.
That you just wanted.
Or the things that I couldn't afford as a kid. You know, that like, oh man, now it's only $10. I'll take it. You know, and you get to have some of that stuff. And
well, my first console... like we had borrowed like a Super and like a regular from my aunt and stuff, but our first console that we owned was a 64, and we had Mario 64, of course, and Mario Kart. Yeah. And I remember being so excited. And now I go to flea markets, and they're just like
everywhere.
Yep.
They're everywhere. And I'm like, how much? They're like $4. I'm like, will you take one? They're like, yeah, we'll take $1.
You're like, it doesn't have the expansion pack. Never mind.
If I can't play Donkey Kong Country on it, I don't want it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Pretty impressive that I knew that. Right?
Yeah, oh, hey.
It needs the expansion.
I don't know why we're slow clapping so much.
And to play Perfect Dark 2 players. You could play Perfect Dark, but you needed the expansion pack to play 2 players.
Yeah.
You know, but
I just always played GoldenEye. So much better.
I was just gonna say, because in one of your shows, you're like, it's no GoldenEye. Destin's like, It's really popular.
Like it did really well. It was a good game.
It's a really popular game.
Not when I played it. No.
What was it like? What was it like? Okay, so you're kind of like it's like a win, and then you quit. And we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But what was it like going from?
Hey,
Like
let's make a video.
what was it like being like doing the episode with Destin? Like was that like a dream come true?
It was one of those, and we'll get into a
Yeah.
little bit of that stuff. It was one of those things where you think about how cool it would be for something to happen. You know, like
Yeah.
when you're putting something together, you're like, oh, what if we did this? And what if we did this? And oh man, and you start dreaming and dreaming. And
Yeah.
it was like you kind of started
when
to
it
see
actually
some of
happened.
those things happen.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's a little bit surreal.
Yeah.
But it's also like a little bit eye-opening.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
We'll talk about that later. We're gonna go on a quick commercial break, but we got way more Rob for you guys. So we'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
This segment's brought to you by Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District. In the mood for Mexican food? Go see Bobby Salazar.
Lunch phone, what is your location, please?
I'm in Fresno's Tower District.
What is your budget, please?
I only have $7.
Well, that leaves you only one choice. Go directly to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District. He is having a lunch special for $6.89.
Well, that won't leave me enough money to get a drink.
No worries. Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District will get you lunch and a drink for just $6.89.
Wow, I'm going straight to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District to get the lunch special and drink for just $6.89.
Thank you for calling Lunch Phone. This has been a recording.
What?
Hey there, Couch Potato.
Who, me?
Do you like movies?
Every once in a while.
You like Star Wars?
Star Wars? Never heard of it.
Do you like comic books?
Yeah, I'm kind of a comic guy.
What about Doctor Who?
No.
Doesn't matter.
What's up, guys? I'm Mark.
I'm Travis.
And we're the Nerd Herders.
Let our family at Avakian Insurance Services help protect your family's future. If you've bought a new home, changed vehicles, or just need a comprehensive review, let our agents help you. As your family grows, we can offer you competitive rates on life and health insurance. Call Avakian Insurance Services for a quote today. Avakian Insurance Services, 268-7386, or visit us online at avakianinsurance.com. Come join the A-Team.
This message was brought to you by Javita Coffee. Change your coffee, change your life, one cup at a time. Check us out at ilovejavita.com.
Watts Family Grill. We grill slow. Smile. Secret sauce. Cold beer and old friends. Park out back. Look for us on Blackstone, south of McKinley. Watts Family Grill.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Welcome back, guys. Still here with Rob.
He hasn't ran yet.
I'm thinking about it.
He's still sticking in. We're just gonna keep talking because it's so much fun.
It's awesome. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Robert Santellan watching live on Twitter right now.
Hello.
You're a good man.
Hello. So yeah, have you do you retro hunt anymore?
Okay. I've sort of hung up the mantle for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. I sort of said, like, you know, I'm not. Whenever I go, especially to Denios,
Yeah.
my wife likes to look for just cool stuff, and so whenever I go, I can't help but kind of hit some of the original,
Just
just to visit some old
the
friends,
old stomping
you know,
grounds,
just go through
the
a
old
little bit.
resellers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
The same ones are there too. I can't.
Yeah.
believe it.
Yeah.
And we go to we'll go to thrift stores. It just follows me around.
Well, it's something you can't help. Like I feel like no matter how old I get, if I see a cartridge, I'm gonna look and see what it is. You know,
Yeah.
why not? You know,
Yeah, we have this.
You get the nostalgia.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
you never know if it's going to be like a game that's worth money. You just never know, or it's something you've been wanting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
we have this thrift store up where I live, and it's a thrift store for to support like this women's taking care of women who've been in like messed up situations, basically.
So, like a shelter.
That kind of thing, exactly.
Women.
It's called Women of Worth, but it's
Okay.
it's like totally just like home and clothes and stuff. And I just randomly walk in there, and there's like 2 NES advantages right there, and I'm just like, I can't get away from this stuff.
You're like,
this is right there.
It just follows me. It is okay. So I mean, let's just get into it. Okay, why is the show over? People, you guys went from let's do a quick recap.
Okay.
You made a video.
Right.
10 people subscribed to it. You
Yeah.
guys put a contest on, 1 person entered.
Right.
Fast forward to your Screw Tech partner.
Yes.
That's what a lot of people wish they could be.
Right.
Fast forward to Retro Hunters is over.
Yes.
What happened?
Do you want the?
I want the version you want to tell.
Well, I can give you the deep philosophical, maybe bring the show down a little bit right now.
No, it is what it is.
Or I can.
What do you got?
It was a mixture of a
People
lot of
wanna
things.
know,
It was a mixture
so.
of a lot of things. Okay.
Okay.
Number one, I just want to right from the get go say, as far as us and Screw Attack is concerned, they are awesome guys.
Okay.
It had nothing to do with that. Craig,
For the record.
I have nothing bad to say.
That's the
about-
first thing people do jump
Absolutely,
to. Oh,
absolutely.
Screw Tech screwed them.
They were nothing more. They got screw attacked, all right.
They got screwed attacked.
They were always very good to us. Almost seemed like biggest fans when I made the announcement online. The first person to call me was Craig, and to be like, "Hey man, maybe we should talk about this." Like, I just want to connect with you.
Were done.
Yeah, he's like, I just want to connect with you, make sure you're doing all right, and like just talk about it.
Okay,
A little bit,
so
stuff like
you
that.
guys were partners.
Nothing but good things to say about them.
But you made that decision on your own,
Right.
And had the freedom to just be like, we're done. You didn't have to talk with Screw Tech about it.
It was the kind of thing where we entered into a partnership, but there was no sort of like contractual obligation where it was
Right.
like, hey, you still owe us like 20 episodes or anything like that.
Yeah. It was as long as you keep doing the episodes, we'll keep.
Yeah,
putting
it
them
was
out.
more. It was more so them being awesome and being willing to sort of give us a shot, which was
like
awesome.
a guaranteed feature.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the short answer is really as the more it took off,
Yeah.
and the more you want to be consistent, and you want to make
Indeed.
sure that you're hitting it consistently, and that you're improving and stuff like that. And it is a huge time and money commitment.
We know.
To do that.
We
Yeah,
know.
to do that. It really is. And you're traveling up and down
Yeah.
California, and you're trying to go to new places and keep things fresh. And it just got to a point where it was a little bit hard to sustain, I think.
Well, that's a rough show because as an editor, just until we got Central Valley Talk, we have a camera that they've had before I even met them, and we drive around and but we do shows with no budget basically. You know, we our Nerd Herder videos are just pure inspiration, what we wanted to make. We don't spend money and think money's going to make it better, but for your show. You don't have an episode if you don't spend money.
Yeah, we don't go out and buy
have
something.
an episode.
We had an episode where we didn't go out and buy anything, and it was
when you guys
rough.
the yard sale
Yeah,
episode, right?
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Josh bought something. I can't remember what it was. Oh, the laser disc, the Vanilla Ice laser disc.
Oh yeah. So that's
still a good episode.
That's
but
sort of-
you can't keep up with
Right.
the Retro Hunters.
Yeah.
and not buying
and just
anything.
buying Broken Arrow on Laserdisc. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah.
But deeper than that, when we're talking about Destin and stuff like that, for me, what it really a huge part of it actually was, and I hope I don't break anybody's dreams or anybody's heart right now. This is so bad.
It's cool.
What it came down to was when we first set out to make this thing, we had these huge dreams of like, man, what if? And for us, like like some people may think like, oh, that's not a huge dream or that's not a big deal. But for us, when we're sitting there, we're saying, man, for us to become a partner on Screw Attack, that would be so it's so high up and so far beyond us that we're kind of like, there's no way, but that'd be so cool. And so as you see like subscribers start to hit,
we knew that was gonna happen.
Castlevania 4.
Sorry
Why couldn't
about
it be
that,
Shaq
Cena.
Fu?
Why is Shaq Fu the only game still standing?
It ruins everything. But we're starting to see subscribers come. We're starting to see some success. We're starting to see things take off. And then we're starting to see things like becoming ScrewTac partners and some of these things come true. And really, if I'm being honest, what it came down to is like hitting that moment where everything that you had dreamed of and that you had hoped would happen actually happens.
Right.
And you kind of sit in it and you go, I don't know if this was
actually what you wanted. Or?
Well, I don't know if this was as like fulfilling and as awesome as far as like fulfillment as I thought it was going to be.
Sure.
You know, and I had this moment of clarity when we went to PAX Prime in Seattle.
Yeah.
And we hooked up with the guys from ScrewTac. And we ended up hanging out with them in their hotel room. And I had this moment of clarity where I'm in a hotel room with Jared and Chad and
all these people
Craig
you've
and
watched
Brian,
for years.
right? And we're sitting there, and it gets really late, and they're like, "Hey, bro, you can just crash on the floor, man." And so, like, I'm sleeping under a table in their hotel room, and I'm sitting there going, "Holy crap!" Like, a year ago, I was watching these guys on the internet and thinking it would be so cool to be among them.
Thinking
and now,
if you emailed them, they wouldn't take the time of day.
And now,
you're just raw.
And now here I am, and it's happening, and I'm going, "This is awesome. Of course, it's rad, but like." I don't know if it's everything that I had thought it was going to be, that it was going to fulfill me, you know, and really what it came down to is when you just have to confront that moment of saying, what do I want to be known for? Who do I want to be? Like, what legacy do I want to leave? Is this who I want to be? And what it really came down to is I said, I don't think so. And that's not. I mean, that sucks. That might be hard for a lot of people to hear, and I apologize.
It's
because a lot of people were so good to us, and we're so but it became all about trying to promote myself and make myself a big deal. And in the midst of it, I was just kind of like, I don't know if this is who I want to be anymore.
That's rough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's hard to because
and this will be the final episode of the N3rdherders.
It's over.
I don't want to bring it down.
I don't think this is what we want to be. It's hard because I'm coming at it from a different thing. People. If any ScrewTac people were watching, I don't know if people would know me from I did Hey Listen on the Daily DL.
Yeah.
It was a really popular show, but the thing is with the Daily DL is it happened so fast. It was like weekly. Let's do the Daily DL. Let's do the podcast. We did the podcast. We did Hey Listens every week, and it kind of it started becoming a big deal. If we had stuck with it now, of course that was years ago. I know that's what we would be doing full time and getting paid for. We were almost getting paid for just a little bit we were doing. But I kind of feel like the opposite, and I don't know if that's the wrong way to feel, but that's what I want to do.
No, absolutely,
is work in the industry. So it's what it sounds like to me is that's actually not the industry you want to work in.
Not necessarily, but I think what it came down to is like what message. Because when I sent out when I kind of made the announcement that we were done, what I got from a lot of people was people saying like, oh, but like you guys do make an impact, like you're the reason I got back into retro gaming, you're the reason that like I started collecting again, and like for some people I think they thought that was going to encourage me and change my mind, but more than anything that for me that kind of solidified it because I said like if that's all I'm going to be, or if that's going to be my legacy is I was the guy who got that person back into retro gaming, like that's not good enough for me. And I don't mean that in the sense of like I want to be something greater or I want to be more famous or I want to be a bigger deal. But at the end of the day, when people look at me and go, who was Rob? Oh, he was the guy who got me back into retro gaming. I feel like, I don't know if that's what I want to, that's all I want it to be.
So is what you're doing now?
I'm still completely in the industry. But what I'm doing now is more, I'm using my gifts and my talents to spread messages and to sort of hopefully impact people with something a little more positive and a little more life-changing than just like gaming.
Than video games.
Yeah, that's what it came down to. I still love gaming. I still love retro gaming, all that stuff.
What is it that you do now?
Well, right now I'm on staff at a church.
Right.
And that's another thing is like is part of what I posted had to do with some of those beliefs and some of those faith issues that I was struggling with, and I think people were kind of like, "Oh, geez, Rob found Jesus." No, I've been.
You had already found.
Yeah, no, I've been. I've been a follower of Christ and a believer for a long, long time. But what it came down to is I sat in it and I said, what am I promoting? Who am I promoting? What am I making a big deal? And so right now, what I do is I'm on staff there, and I'm being able to make content and to push content out to the web that, if nothing else, just is a positive encouragement to people. Not necessarily with an agenda of any kind, but
so,
just something.
So what are you're pushing out videos?
Yeah.
And they're religious videos?
Yes, in some ways. In some ways, yes, but not always. It just kind of depends on.
But is that more fulfilling than that?
For me, yes.
Oh, and there's nothing wrong with that. I get that.
And the only reason I say that is because I kind of feel like at the end of the day, when I lay my head down, like I feel like that what I'm doing might have an impact on somebody more than just, man, that makes me want to go play a video game.
Yeah. Well, and it did it to us. He's never. I've known him for a year and a half. He's never showed any. These games have been here before I've known him. They've been in my house, and only now does he show an interest in wanting to actually get in more into it. But we got to go to a commercial. But I feel like this is the perfect time to plug our Central Community Church sponsor. Right? Why not?
Yes. That is what I'm talking about.
They're located at 1100 North Reddington in Hanford, California. Really nice people. They meet Sundays and Wednesdays for a Bible study. Sunday mornings and a Wednesday night. They have a Facebook page. You just go to Central Community I'm getting it mixed up. Central Community Church. And you can find them on your Facebook. Really nice people. And if you're looking for a church to go to,
Booyah.
There you go,
That's their slogan, booyah. No, I'm
So we're going to take a quick break. More Rob when we get back.
We'll bring it up. Bring it up.
We're going to bring it up.
This segment brought to you by Javita Coffee. Are you losing weight drinking coffee? Find out how Javita can change your life.
Watch Tim Thiessen live Wednesdays at 3 p.m. right here on CentralValleyTalk.com and on digital channel 33.2. If you missed the live broadcast, we're on every Wednesday night at 11 p.m. on Comcast channel 200 and digital channel 43.5. You don't want to miss this.
Hey, my name's Chris DeVold, the host of Sex Drugs Chris DeVold. I've been on CentralValleyTalk.com for 8 months partying on Tuesday nights, but guess what? The party's moving nights. Now I'm on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Apparently the party was just too much on Tuesday nights. So join me on CentralValleyTalk.com where I promise to bring you one live music act a week. Sex Drugs Chris DeVold, Friday nights, 8 p.m. on CentralValleyTalk.com.
This just in. Tower District houses are selling for as little as $300 per month. If you have a job and decent credit, you can own your own home. If you can come up with a down payment, you can own a home a lot cheaper than you can rent, and your payment will never go up. Also, you could deduct most of your house payment from your income taxes. If you'd like to lock in your monthly house payment at $300 to $500 per month for the next 30 years, call Mike Briggs Properties, 486-6758. Mike Briggs Properties, 486-6758.
Hi, Stan Gross of Horn Photo. Are you looking for a camera that takes better pictures than your phone? Why not give Horn Photo a shot? We can show you fantastic cameras from Nikon, Canon, Sony, and GoPro. Your time is valuable, so before you buy from Costco, Best Buy, or the internet, come see us. We've got great prices and deals, super knowledgeable staff, and we've been selling cameras in Fresno for 76 years. We're in the Villaggio at Blackstone and Needs, or go to hornphoto.com, Fresno's Camera Center.
I'm Mike Briggs, owner and CEO at CentralValleyTalk.com. If you like talk radio, you'll love CentralValleyTalk.com. All local, all live, all the time, CentralValleyTalk.com.
Hey everybody, let's have some fun. Right. You only live once, and when you're dead, you're done. So let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Let the good times.
Watch Mike and Athena Fridays at 1 p.m. on CentralValleyTalk.com.
Hi, my name is Bonnie, and I'm a show producer here at CentralValleyTalk.com. We have a lot of great shows that you can share your business with our viewers. I'd love for you to give me a call. My number is 559-289-9687.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
With this cord.
What's up, guys? We're gonna watch some Sonic. We're gonna watch Travis play Sonic.
Yeah.
Is this your first time playing Sonic?
This was my first experience with any sort of retro gaming.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you chose Sonic.
Sonic
Yeah.
2. Yeah.
Look at him go. He doesn't get it.
Oh, you got to do the spin. You got to do the
Yeah, I
spinning.
know.
Don't go backwards.
He's
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
There you go. Get some speed going. You can do it. Loop-de-loop.
That's the slowest loop I've ever seen Sonic do.
It's all right.
He jumps over the thing. He doesn't like going fast.
Is that how you play the game?
Is that how you play the game? No.
Is that doing it right?
And then Amanda was playing Tails the whole time.
She was playing Tails. And it was
Just
embarrassing.
getting in the
Look at him
way.
go. Look at him trying to stop.
You're like just working against Sonic the entire time.
Yeah, she's like, she says in it, just let him take you. And he's like, no, I can't do it.
That's not the kind of thing I want to hear when I'm
Hey,
trying
but
to
you
play
beat the
a game.
level?
He did.
Okay, wait a minute. Here's the real question.
There's a chance you
Was that all one take, or was
It's
there some
all
editing?
one
It's all
No,
one
there's-
take.
there's
Excellent.
no
All right, we'll
editing.
cut back to us.
Excellent.
So,
That was beautiful. Good
Yeah.
job, man. I don't even know why I don't do this in real life. I don't do
become
this.
the thing.
It's
of
not
the
like I sit
episode.
around and
This
like,
is going to be your new
Yeah.
dude.
I know,
You're just gonna be
seriously.
in public and just start.
slow clapping. I know.
People are going to be like, what's this guy doing?
Yeah.
Sir, we messed up on your burger. We're gonna give you. We're gonna supersize your soda. So we got a few questions. I had made a post on the forums, and I was like, "Hey, anybody got a question for the Rob?" One person did. I'm sorry.
It was me. I logged in as another. I'm like,
So it's actually a really good question, though.
okay,
Okay, so it's
Hit me.
from Daniel Banta,
okay,
and he says, "Hi, Rob.
hello.
As a fellow Christian, I would like to know how God impacts you as a video gamer and
Wow.
retro hunter. Keep up the great work with your church and family, and God bless."
Holy moly. Okay.
I feel like you kind of already answered that.
Yeah, the short that I'll add onto it is if anybody ever wondered why we tried to keep Retro Hunter so family friendly, that was the main thing. It was a big
Yeah.
deal. It was a big deal to me not to necessarily push an agenda, but to put my best foot forward and be a positive,
And that's what we strive for
Yeah.
too. We want anybody to be able to watch Nerd Herders.
sure.
We try to not cuss. We have a church as a sponsor. Like,
you're gonna lose that one if you cuss.
So we try to keep it family friendly. We want anybody to be able to watch it. If you're a 35-year-old gamer,
We got videos of a
or
bunch
if
of
you're
grown men fighting with lightsabers.
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sakes.
And you know what?
Yeah.
It takes a whole lot more talent and determination to put out something entertaining and keep it clean.
It does.
Because the cheap laughs and the cheap, stuff.
It gets
all,
old.
It's all the
Yeah.
dirty. That's what everybody does. Keep it up.
So that's
Good. Some good boys we got right here.
so that's your answer.
Yeah.
Tried to keep it clean,
Tried to keep it clean.
and that's how
Positive.
it impacted. So we got one more question
Okay.
From
That's
Dandy
from my wife.
Mandy Candy
from Dandy Mandy Candy on
the
Instagram.
Okay.
Yep.
Does your wife play games?
That is an excellent question.
I can't wait for the answer.
Here's the deal, and she's watching because she just texted me. She texted me and she was like, "Man, that last segment, you got deep." Yeah.
What's her name? Andy.
Andy.
Hi.
Yeah. Andy. Yeah.
Andy and Candy.
Wow.
And Mandy, Dandy, and Candy. Does she play games?
Stuff rhymes. Okay. Words rhyme. Yes. But here's the deal. She's not a huge fan of video games.
Okay.
She doesn't mind me playing them, but like she doesn't like to sit down and play them. But there's one game that if I put it on, she's not only going to sit down next to me and she's going to play it, but she's going to get into it. She's going to try to kick my butt.
Oh,
and that
God.
is Tetris 2 on NES.
Ooh.
Yes. And she's good.
What is Tetris 2?
Okay.
There's a sequel to this gripping tale of Tetris.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
Now
the sequel
pieces
about?
are diagonal.
Yeah, exactly.
3D.
The first one, their master was killed, and now it's about revenge. It's a revenge tale,
gotcha.
really. is
I
what it
did.
is.
I had a feeling.
No, there actually is some sort of like narrative to it. Like if you
Really?
if you beat enough levels, there's like a comet striking a planet's surface, but you have to beat like 20 levels.
It's like
to get
they made
one
the
cinema.
first one.
Yeah, so you
Yeah,
got to get
they're-
really far to know what happens. I don't do
They're
it.
like, you know what? We got something here. Now, what can we do for a story?
Yeah, exactly.
The blocks are actually little
Make
alien.
something hit the planet, and then it's going to be so hard to know what happens. No one will ever know. Let's just go. Put it out. No, she will sit down, and at first, we got to set the handicap to make it a little even. But now we just go into it straight.
Okay.
And she is an animal.
Okay. And what's the game like?
You go head to head, okay,
Right.
but it's not just building lines. There's like it's similar to like Dr. Mario, where there's the viruses.
Oh,
And
Dr.
you gotta-
Mario.
and you got to line up. You got to line up the colors. There's like these. Yeah, Dr. Mario.
Let's not talk about
There's some
Dr.
fans of the
Mario.
medical profession in here. Okay. Okay. No. Come on. No. So there's like these little blocks that are certain colors you got to line
Okay.
up. So it's sort of a head-to-head Dr. Mario-ish.
I got you.
It's basically a reskin.
We have a Dr. Mario story. Okay.
Oh, I gotta hear this.
I don't have a working NES. Okay. I just posted about it. But my friend Keith, shout out to Keith. This is his top loader.
I'm so jealous right now.
It's got a little bit of a crack, but it's
functional.
It is what it is.
As long as it plays.
It plays beautifully. Yeah. So I'm like, all these NES games, I really haven't played a lot of them. I bought them because I like having them, but I haven't really been able to play them. I'm like, Dr. Mario, it's a good game.
Oh yeah.
Pop it in. I'm like, all right, Travis, we're gonna Dr. Mario it up. He's terrible. Not really a surprise.
His description to me was the game is basically Tetris.
Yeah.
That game is not Tetris.
It's not the Tetris that you play on your phone.
I enjoy the Tetris. That is not Tetris.
He's like, I don't know. There's like a yellow one, and then he's got the yellow and red block, and he puts it where the yellow is facing down, but the red is facing up. And I'm like, do you realize what you just did to yourself?
Horizontal, bro.
You just blocked
Horizontal.
yourself. So I put my level on like level 8 or 9 just to be a little ridiculous. I think we put him on like 2 or 3. Creamed him still. Like he doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Just keep
He
it up.
doesn't
Just
get
keep
it.
up.
He
You know what's
needs-
harder about Dr. Mario too? It's like when you play Tetris, it's great, the pieces are falling. But
Yeah.
when you play Dr. Mario,
You got to get the little virus dude.
well, you got to get the little virus dudes, but the whole time they're over in the corner like dancing and making fun of you the whole time.
At least the little blocks aren't ridiculing you while you're playing Tetris.
Yeah.
So.
And then we played.
And then don't they laugh if you die? They like laugh. At
Yeah, they're under the little.
They laughed at
And
him.
Mario is
Microscope.
depressed.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I played with another friend, Savannah, right before we came here, and wasn't much better. I don't know what it is.
Got
I
to
don't
practice.
know.
They got to practice.
It's
What other game is like that right now? Besides
exactly,
Tetris? Yeah.
exactly, and that's the thing is I did not grow up with these, but I don't know. It's the natural, abilities.
I guess so.
You're-
No,
we
because what
only
made it
play the
worse
new
for me
stuff.
is after we discovered how terrible I am at this game, he goes on like the maximum difficulty.
Yeah, I went straight to 20.
And
Just
Nailed
to
it.
add insult to injury.
Nailed it.
I just sat there and felt bad about myself.
Because they're just like, why are you putting that there? And then kills like a whole line of viruses.
Yeah.
And they're just like, how do you know? And I'm like,
It's a gift.
you just know.
You're just born
You
with
just
it.
know.
You're just born with it.
It's like
Well,
Mark sees it in slow motion, but it's going so
I know.
fast.
I know. It is what it is. Speaking of nowadays, do you play nowadays games or current gen?
Nowadays games.
Nowadays
That was
games.
a good segue. That was
Do you? Is this it for you?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Like, what do you like?
I love retro.
Indeed.
And I think that there's also sort of this like stigma in the retro community that like if it's either like you like retro
have to like
or
one
you
or
like
the-
current. I love retro and I love to sit down and play retro, but I
Right.
love current stuff. I
Yeah,
think it's great.
agreed. I have quite the collection, and then it's next to my PS4. It's how it is, It's I love video games.
Yeah, exactly. For me, I'm a sucker for really good player interaction.
Yeah.
Or a really good narrative.
Sure.
Like a game, like gameplay can stink, but if the narrative is awesome, oh my gosh, you'll hook me every time. Like a lot of people, like Spec Ops: The Line. If people have like followed me on Twitter or talked with me on Facebook, I wholeheartedly believe, and I'll stand by this, and we can talk for days about it. But the greatest current gen game, and I'll even take it back one generation, Spec Ops: The Line.
Do you follow IGN at all?
Yeah, I mean, I follow them on. I mean, I literally follow them on Twitter and
Like
Facebook.
Twitter and
but
stuff.
I don't like go on IGN.
They had
and just hang
made
out.
like
Sorry,
a top,
Dustin.
like a top their favorite games, and Spec Ops: The Line was on there.
It's amazing.
It's
if
like
you
a
haven't
sleeper
played
hit.
it, if
People
you
didn't
have not
think it
played
was going to be amazing. and it
a lot
was
of people
amazing.
complain that like, oh, the gameplay was not up to par. Or felt like a one generation back.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, there's a debate about like whether that was intentional or not. I don't care. The narrative for it, and by the time you get to the end, oh my gosh, it's
You're
beautiful.
like, this is-
amazing.
I'm like that with music. If a game has great music, I'll suffer through
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yep.
I'll just.
That's one of the things I loved about Last of Us. I thought the music was amazing.
It is amazing.
So
Have you
good.
seen our Last of Us video?
No.
It's
We
on
should've-
www.youtube.com/nerdherders. We also have an Instagram. We also have a Twitter.
We got a Facebook page. Oh yeah.
Right there. We're not good at green screen.
Oh really? It's very confusing.
Follow them.
Trying to hit the links.
Use the hashtag N3rdherders. We'll find you.
Right there.
We'll find them.
That's weird.
They'll find us.
Oh, there you go.
There
That
we
makes a lot
go.
more sense.
And we'll interact.
That's some kind of
with
weird
you.
internet thing. If you
Yeah.
find them, I don't like that.
So as well as questions, I had people send in pictures of their retro collections. How big is your collection?
Okay, that's the other thing. I don't have a huge collection.
It's not a huge collection.
I don't. I intentionally do not have a huge collection because I don't want to accumulate stuff that I don't like.
You pick the games you wanted.
Yeah, I wanted either stuff that I loved as a kid, or stuff that I, as a kid, was interested in or wanted to try.
Sure.
And so that's what I got. And so I probably own maybe about 150 NES games.
That's a lot.
Not all that I absolutely love, but
Yeah.
ones that I wanted to try and they weren't good.
Well, I saw you went for Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That was an AVGN thing, right?
Yeah, and
You're
I was
I
like,
want this game.
I'll just
because,
give it a shot.
because
It's
that was
bad.
his first video.
It's bad.
Yeah.
But that was the reason I walked away from a Contra Force. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
And people were mad about that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, we'll show the pictures in a sec. We're already getting the call for commercial break again. An hour's always been too long, and all of a sudden it's not.
The time
long.
is flying.
It's just not long enough. Yeah. So we're gonna come back. One more quick segment for you guys. We'll see you in a bit.
This segment's brought to you by Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District. In the mood for Mexican food? Go see Bobby Salazar.
Lunch phone, what is your location, please?
I'm in Fresno's Tower District.
What is your budget, please?
I only have $7.
Well, that leaves you only one choice. Go directly to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District. He is having a lunch special for $6.89.
Well, that won't leave me enough money to get a drink.
No worries. Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District will get you lunch and a drink for just $6.89.
Wow. I'm going straight to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District to get the lunch special and drink for just $6.89.
Thank you for calling Lunch Phone. This has been a recording.
What?
Hey there, Couch Potato.
Who, me?
Do you like movies?
Every once in a while.
Do you like Star Wars?
Star Wars? Never heard of it.
Do you like comic books?
Yeah, I'm kind of a comic guy.
What about Doctor Who?
No.
Doesn't matter.
What's up, guys? I'm Mark.
I'm Travis.
And we're the
N3rdherders.
Let our family at Avakian Insurance Services help protect your family's future. If you've bought a new home, changed vehicles, or just need a comprehensive review, let our agents help you. As your family grows, we can offer you competitive rates on life and health insurance. Call Avakian Insurance Services for a quote today. Avakian Insurance Services, 268-7386, or visit us online at avakianinsurance.com. Come join the A-Team.
This message was brought to you by Javita Coffee. Change your coffee, change your life, one cup at a time. Check us out at ilovejavita.com.
Watts Family Grill. We grill slow, smile, secret sauce, cold beer, and old friends. Park out back. Look for us on Blackstone, south of McKinley. Watts Family Grill.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
And we're back.
Again.
I have to mention that my mom texted during the commercial and said she was good at Dr. Mario. So take that, Travis.
Ooh.
I challenge your mother.
That is a segment right here. Right here.
Mark's
that,
mom
Mark's
versus
mom?
Travis.
It's going down. This time it's personal.
Going down this summer.
This summer.
Clean up on aisle 5.
All right, so we got a few collections. We had people send them in. Like we said, big or small, if you like retro games, and it's something to hold on to, because you don't sell any of your games.
No.
And you don't plan on it.
No, I'll give them away to people
Yeah.
if I feel like
You're not looking to make money off your
Yeah, like
collection.
if it's like,
you.
man, you need to try this out and stuff's like, I'll just give it away. But
Yeah. So we have Timothy's collection here. He went all Nintendo 64.
Okay, there's some good stuff in there.
There's some good gems there, though.
Okay, yeah, we see the GoldenEye. Also, second row, second from the left,
Superman.
Shadows of the Empire.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's kind of what it looks like. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But Shadows of the Empire. I loved that game growing up.
Okay. We got one more. Or, no, I'm sorry. We got three more. This is Mike's collection. This is my friend Mike. He, I grew up with Mike, and he saves everything. He's got a killer Pokemon card collection.
Oh, wow.
Just like old stuff. He saves everything. So I'm actually not surprised when I said, hey, collection of games. I'm not surprised that he was one of the first people to message me.
He's got some good stuff.
This is my collection.
Whoa! Making it real. Here we go.
Yeah. I put a few of the gems in their own thing. We got the ET on the top left.
Some Mega Man there.
We got the Mega Man.
I can dig it.
Those are the ones I have. My Zelda, my Castlevanias, and then there's just a lot of games there.
So you own a copy of ET?
Yeah, for the Atari 2600. I walked up to a booth. He had some Atari 2600
How
games.
much did you pay for that?
It was like $1, $2. I would have paid.
All right.
It's the thing is an angry video game movie is going to come out.
Oh yeah.
And that's all about ET.
Oh, is it really?
Well, yeah, he's going to the
desert
to unearth the landfill.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
that'd be awesome.
One more. We got Keith. Yep, brother Keith. He's got a. It's kind of whatever. He didn't even have the hookups for the top loader or anything like that. It's
although the GameCube, I don't know if I call that retro.
Not retro enough for you.
Not for me. Not for me.
For today's generation,
N64 is about as far back. As far as current. As
N64, PlayStation.
I don't even know if I go with the PS1.
But didn't PlayStation and N64 come out like the same time?
You know what it might be? It might be that it's the change from the cartridge to the disc.
Yeah, it
just felt so much cooler and
Sega
the
CD,
new wave,
Sega CD though.
We don't. I don't count that.
We pretend it doesn't exist. But like you touted on the show, your Dreamcast, your special edition with 3 controllers.
Well, I don't know if that was retro. That was more for me the kind of thing of like I said, like something as a kid.
Dreamcast
like when it came out,
a cool console.
It was like holy, like I remember the football game, like seeing it on TV. You were like, how could the graphics get any better?
They will not get. They will not get.
It's
any
like
better
real.
Than this.
If real life was a cartoon.
If real life was terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Dreamcast is a good console, and they're good to pick up because their failure rate is so high.
Yeah.
That I feel like I want to hold on to these games to 20 years from now. You can get an NES game for $1. It's not there yet with the collectability like rarity. They're not rare. Some are. What are you doing?
I like slips.
What are you doing?
I'm like, oh, geez, I hope nobody saw that.
I saw it. But some are rare. But, I mean, you proved on the show. You try to not spend more than $1 or $2.
Yeah, and it depends. Like, I've had buyer's remorse.
Yeah.
Like
I'm trying to think of some certain ones. I remember there was one.
There was the
that
one
you
guy.
Were just like.
There was the one guy. I don't remember what episode it was, but it was at the San Jose flea market, and it was the guy who sort of became infamous on the show. He was the bald guy with the glasses who was like, if I do that for you, you are taking all of my profits.
Yeah.
And so I ended up buying Blades of Steel, and I think it was Mega Man 2. And it came out to
and it was like $16.
Yeah, and for me, like I was kind of like,
And when and they were like, oh, but it's like this much and this much. You're like, no, the Blades of Steel was probably like $3. So then I spent $13.
And the thing is that for me, in that, some people would be like, whoa, Mega Man 2 was the score. No, for me, growing up, oh my gosh, Blades of Steel.
That was your game.
That was one of my favorites. And so finding that and getting that was like, I'd rather have that than any Mega Man.
Yeah.
Loved it. Awesome.
So where's Josh? This is not the Retro Hunters. This is the Retro Hunter.
Josh actually so we used to live in the same town.
Okay.
And we actually worked at the same company, the company that I was slacking at, where I decided to make the show.
Okay.
When I was on YouTube.
Yeah.
We worked at the same company, but he in the last year has moved to a different town, a little south there from where we are.
Okay.
He's going to school for animation.
Okay.
And he's been posting some stuff on Facebook, and like he's really good at it.
Okay.
It's awesome. And so like seeing that skill come out in him is really cool. And, and it's like almost like, man, I wish that we would have known about that back in the day because we could have done some cool stuff with it.
There's some really cool stuff
But
with
he's just
videos,
like
yeah.
diving into it, and like he's awesome at it, and so it's cool to just.
You guys keep in contact a lot, or
He's far enough away where it's sometimes hard to like get together physically.
Yeah.
That sounds weird.
Especially with the.
Yeah, to hang out,
Yeah.
but you know, we talk on Facebook and stuff, and and I see his family a lot in town.
Okay,
And stuff. So
okay.
we see each other every once in a while, not as much as we should probably, but
yeah, but nothing, because that could be another one. With Screw Attack, but it's like, maybe Rob and Josh, or no, it was a mutual thing to quit the show.
I would say that's probably not 100% accurate. Josh, I don't want to speak for Josh. I think that Josh, if I wanted to keep going, I think Josh would have kept going. And when I wanted to stop, I think that Josh was sad about it, but I think he also understood a little bit. And so it was kind of this thing of like, dude, dang it. If you want to keep going, let's do it. Thank you.
You done pretty good.
Yeah, I am.
You've actually done good. There hasn't been too many claps.
It was the kind of thing I think where it was like, if you want to keep going, man, let's keep going, and if you don't want to, like, okay.
Yeah, he wasn't going to try to go on without you. It's
I don't
retro
think,
Josh.
I don't think it was ever an option either way for either one of us to kind of strike off and say like, see, it was
you got to feed off each other.
Yeah, it was cool.
It's like Mark without Travis.
Totally.
No, that'd be awesome.
Wow, this really got awkward right now. How much time is left?
Favorite Crunch will never put me out. He's my only
favorite
friend.
games. Okay, we wanted to try to make a whole segment on this. It's not going to happen.
No,
now.
yeah,
we are running out of time.
Retro or new favorite game?
Favoriteest of all time.
Let's one of the favorites that you can think of right now.
Oh man, I can think of a ton. NES. My favorite NES game, Bionic Commando.
Okay,
love it.
Sounds good.
Favorite Super Nintendo game, Flashback.
Wow.
And a lot of people give me flack for that, but it's an amazing game.
Not Super Mario World.
No.
Ouch.
No. Super Mario World is great. It's a great
I love that
game. Flashback for the NES. I mean, Super Nintendo. It's the greatest.
Okay.
Love it so much.
Favorite current game? Spec Ops: The Line.
Spec Ops: The Line.
Name another.
Okay, here's a go. I will say Spec Ops: The Line for console. One of the games that I'm really digging on right now, it's free to play, so go play it.
What's it going to be?
Space Station 13.
Never heard of it.
It is.
I thought it was going to be like, oh yeah, I played that game.
No, it's
DC
like,
Universe Online. No,
no.
Space Station, Retron. What? Okay.
Space Station 13. It's like 40 people. Are on this space station, and it's kind of like old school retro graphics. It looks incredibly simple, but it is so complex and so deep in the systems that are built into the game. And it's basically 40 people put on the space station, and all these different jobs that need to work together to make it happen. But there's one person who is a saboteur, or an assassin, or something like that. Okay. And you're all there's no rules. There's no like you can't do that. It's sort of like, if you want to walk up to somebody and stab them in the eye with a screwdriver, you can.
It's rude.
You know, it's just incredibly deep.
Yeah.
If you really get into it, and it's free, and it's a lot of role play to it. It's
sure.
Cool.
Okay.
So, go check it out.
Travis,
we'll play.
Favorite game of all time.
Running right now. Yeah. What do you got?
Right now,
Sonic.
Well, it's
okay, fine.
Sonic.
Of all time.
Or Dr. Mario.
Dr. Mario.
Dr.
For
Sonic.
sure. No, my favorite game of all time, and I don't know how you'll feel about this, but it's Guitar Hero, the very first one for the PS2.
That is your favorite game
That
of
is
all
my
time.
absolute favorite game, and I'll tell you why. Because it's a game that, one, it's got good music on it, even though they're all covers. I appreciate the music. Two,
Sure.
it's a fun game. It was the beginning of like musical instrument games, I think.
Yeah.
It was a phase that came and left, but it was a strong phase.
It was, and I have a lot of good memories, and that's my third thing. Is like I literally spent every summer, every day at my friend's house, and we just played those games. We didn't eat or sleep. We just played Guitar Hero, and it was the best time.
I have a lot of good times with Guitar Hero.
So,
it's
I mean, it was definitely the game that brought me and some friends together.
Oh, yeah.
Do you hear? Who did
absolutely,
it?
Absolutely.
Who did it?
There's something awesome about like when you get to that point when you can like. What was the song? The Shadows Fall song on the first game.
Oh yeah.
What was it called? I can't remember. But something about darkness, maybe, or maybe that was a Shadows
Somebody
Fall.
sing it.
Anyway, I don't even remember how it goes, but it was
might
like
have been called Shadows Fall.
It was like one of the like the highest difficulty.
Yeah.
And like when you can get to the point when you can like shred it.
Yeah.
And then you get to the point where you can kind of like start doing this thing
You're
while
doing
you're playing.
you're doing your star power.
Yeah, and you're like getting into it. And you get your rock
Hey guys,
stance.
can you go get me a soda?
You know, you get one of these, and you're like. You're playing? Oh, there's nothing sweeter.
The crowd's cheering.
Yeah.
It feels good.
You're like,
It is a good game.
you throw in the deuces between song, then you look at your score and you're like, it's not as good. Gotta get better.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, gotta be Guitar Hero for me for sure.
Okay, not bad. Mine,
Hit it.
Portal 2.
Really?
Portal 2 is I'm sorry, it's the perfect game. There's nothing wrong with that game. There's not one negative. I feel like that I could not counter that anybody could find in that
I haven't
game.
even played the game, and I can tell you one big negative.
Ooh. Here we go.
What you got?
Not enough J.K. Simmons.
Ridiculous. There's the perfect amount of
No,
J.K. Simmons in that
I
game.
don't think I've ever had enough J.K. Simmons.
I will say, as soon as I heard his voice, that game jumped up a notch.
It is an
yeah.
amazing
It did jump
game.
up a notch.
Yeah. Dudes, we are out of time.
How is this happening?
I don't even know. That's,
We started and we were just like, we got to fill an hour. And I feel like we could go for 2 more hours. Like, this is awesome.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
No,
What are they going to do? Are they going to cut us off?
We-
Do they have like something else coming on after this? Is there like a button they can push that they'll just cut it? There is? Oh, geez.
So we gotta plug everything. We only got a little bit of time left.
All right.
Central Community Church. They meet at 9:45 on Sundays. Thanks,
All right.
Mom. And 6 to 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. Don't forget about DG Designs, our first sponsor. She does long arm quilting and embroidery. Call her at 559-309-1114. Ask for Diane.
She sounds like a superhero.
She's a lovely lady.
Long arm,
She's not bad. Long arm quilting.
Mr. Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Also, we
Wow,
can't
I
can't forget to plug ourselves.
Do it.
YouTube, Twitter, it's right there. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, #NerdHerders. If you go to Nerd Herders on the Facebook, you'll find everything.
Everything's there.
Rob,
That's
anything you want to? What are you doing? What do you want to plug?
Nerd Herders.
Yes,
Follow them. Do it. They're good guys. That's all I want to plug.
dude.
That's all I want to plug.
It was great having you.
Hey,
it was great.
thanks. Anytime.
I hope people enjoyed it, and I feel like next week's gonna suck.
I can come back. Seriously.
So-
Stay tuned anyways.
Until next week,
We are the Nerd Herders.
howdies.
This segment brought to you by Javita Coffee. Are you losing weight drinking coffee? Find out how Javita can change your life.
Watch Tim Thiessen live Wednesdays at 3 p.m. right here on CentralValleyTalk.com and on digital channel 33.2. If you missed the live broadcast, we're on every Wednesday night at 11 p.m. on Comcast channel 200 and digital channel 43.5. You don't want to miss this.
Hey, my name's Chris DeVold, the host of Sex Drugs Chris DeVold. I've been on CentralValleyTalk.com for 8 months partying on Tuesday nights, but guess what? The party's moving nights. Now I'm on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Apparently the party was just too much on Tuesday nights. So join me on CentralValleyTalk.com where I promise to bring you one live music act a week. Sex Drugs Chris DeVold, Friday nights, 8 p.m. on CentralValleyTalk.com.
CentralValleyTalk.com.